Twitter. Hey Dark Hanify, what's up? My day was good. How about you? Just get right into the Nuzlocke. Hey, what's up, Glitobin? I don't know if I'm like ready for like mentally for Nuzlocking right now, but here I am. I'm going into War Turtle because it's the safest. I missed. I think it's metronoming. Hey, what's up, Thumbing Hawk? Woo! It's 2 more levels, right? Until Magikarp evolves? Oh, I keep missing. Come on. I'm sleeping now. A little frustrated your Switch Lite not get a day early to me and have 3 more hours of total panic because the second key... Oh, man. I know that feel about keys. When I used to walk dogs, I was constantly paranoid about if I had my key or not, I was losing it or not, or whatever. Catching this Ho-Oh in Gen 3. Oh, yeah. That makes sense. Ugh. I'm too afraid to risk... I'm, like, very afraid to risk my Sandslash against this Growlithe, but I'm so much, like, I'm evolved and stuff, I'm thinking I... Well, now I have to die. Bro, attack me. Shui is not allowed to fight or gain experience. He won't attack me. Is this... This is unbelievable. It's just growling my level 5 Oddish instead of hitting me. Thank you. Yeah, of course I'm growing the Magikarp. Why not? I'm so close. Why would I give up now? Quick attack. Alright. He dead. I'm gonna probably get the Magikarp to 20 before I do any more with Blorb. I think anyway, is the best bet. So hey, we got 11 viewers but only 1 like. Can you guys slap me some like-a-roonies, please? That'd be super sick. I'm not above begging for likes. But that does make me very uncomfortable. Oh man, a muck? Don't love that. Damn. Luckily I resist and I'm poisoned. Very cool. Or what are you trying to learn, buddy? Was that Slash? Finally. You'd think Sandslash would learn it on Evolving, considering the name, but... I'm a little worried about staying in here. Considering this is kind of my ace for Surge, but I think I one-hit KO this. Alright, we're good. A little bit of a risk, but... Please tell me I have a potion. Ooh, do I not have a potion? Uh-oh. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oof. Whew. 9. That's scary. Hey, my mom's account 0. What's up? Oh, what the fuck? It's an actual double battle. Hello? Whoa, I didn't even realize these were in Fire and Leaf Green. Alright, we're gonna Mega Kick the Clefairy. I think Clefairy's the threat just because of Metronome. Alright, that's Defense Curl, that's fine. We'll do... Nope. We'll just double attack this thing. Okay, Mega Kick just Oak. Just fucking murked him. Nice. I didn't realize there was actual double battles in Fire and Leaf Green. Alright, time to climb this mountain of girls. Oh boy. She has a lot of Pokemon. Oh, I digged. Whoops. That one was an accident. I meant to do that. I just want this guy to be very strong by the time we're fighting Surge. Crit. Because the thing about Surge is I don't really have a lot besides this guy. Right? Like, I have just my Sandslash and nothing else. You know? Like, who else do I have to fight him? So I want Gara to be very diesel. Alright, quick attacks me. The thing is, I don't think he's going to have a way to really hurt me. That's kind of what I'm counting on. This coughing's actually mildly concerning. We have to bring out Joe for this one. I don't want Sandslash fighting him. Explosion, self-destruct's very scary. Joe's really strong. That was a very high level coughing as well. I guess because there was only one of him. Probably hit 19 this fight. Probably hit 19 this fight. Yeah, the quick attack is so weak that it's not going to be a big issue. Midnight Mobile, you're just lurking. It's me, Mighty Nico. Oh, what's up? Good to see you here, buddy. Let's go. One more level till I have a Gyarados. Alright, we're actually going to switch out. I'm a little concerned. I'm actually concerned if Mr. D can even handle this. This is stronger. You're in college and lunch break. Oh, awesome. Hope you're having a delicious lunch. Oh. Luckily, the evolved status of Pidgeotto is making it beefy enough. Spaghetti. Hell yeah. I love spaghetti. Alright. We're actually going to go and heal. Oh, interesting. We got a biker. You probably have like a Grimer or something. Honestly, once this thing's a Gyarados, it'll probably be able to fight on its own. Yeah, I was gonna say, even with the defense raise. Although that could have been minimized, but I'm not reading it. Your switch came. Awesome. Crit. Nice crit there, bub. Oh, I see. Very cool. I'm nervous about this now. That really sucks. Future would be it will come when you're at work. I don't think. Dang. Stop poisoning my guys. Alright, at least I can dig through this one. Try telling that to Koga. Koga's gonna be rough. His scaling will be difficult. At least I have Gara for it, but still. Like, hopefully I'll still have Gara for it by then. I'm gonna teach cut to my sand slash. Oh, Oddish can learn cut? That's a little bit cheating, but whatever. How are my guys? Oh, we're good. Could you imagine that last step there towards the lady at the Pokemon Center is what kills my guy? That'd be very tragic. I actually almost have a Blastoise, unbelievably. Isn't there more guys here? I actually don't have a great answer for this thing. My War Turtle's good enough. We'll just do Pidgey. We really don't have anything better to do with than Mr. D. Grow stronger, Mr. D. How's Water Gun? Man, Poliwag must be very weak. Alright, I don't think Mr. D can fight another Poliwag. Okay. I'll have to go into my War Turtle. Like, my Squirtle can't, like, solo everything, but he's just such... You forget what encounters it is? It's method H1, usually. But, like, just because he's, like, a beefy water type, he's, like, pretty all-around decent. This is going to be like a test run for Surge. That's really strong. What did he do there? Oh, it's probably Sonic Boom. No, it was Sonic Boom. I was going to say, Voltorb shouldn't be able to hurt me that hard, but it was 20 damage. Yeah, Sonic Boom. We can slash this guy twice, probably. Please do not poison me. Motherfucker. That's poison gas, I think. Or no, is poison gas do damage? It was a move that, like... Or is it smog? These Sonic Booms, that's risky. Oh, I'm faster. What? This is my last turn out on the field with this guy. Please do not be another electric type. Did I fuck up? Alright. Well, this sucks. I think I can take an electric type attack. I'm confused. Come on, don't hit yourself. Thank you. Alright, I didn't have to. Alright, can someone... What's the best way forward from here? Because I only have 20 health and poison. I have to go back to the Poke Center, right? I might have to rare candy him. I have to rare candy him. Oh, I might have an Aurum Berry too, yes. It's my berry bag. Oh, is this Pekka Berry? Whew! Man, that was a good suggestion, Clay Tobin. I actually don't know if I would have made it. He would have died if you didn't tell me that to check the Pekka Berries. Alright, we're gonna go. Because that's the thing is... Oh, there's more here. Holy moly. I almost lost my fucking ace against Surge. We'll buy 10 of these. 20 of these. Welcome, brother. Alright. This will take me to Saffron over there. We gotta go down the underground path. What route is this? 7, okay. Alright, let's go. Who's the tea lady? It's this lady, right? No, I can't because I need the... Alright, so I think the plan for me is going to be to defeat Surge and then move back to... See, because now that I have Saffron unlocked, I basically have the whole region like pretty unlocked. Like, even without Fly, it's pretty easy for me to get to where I'm going. And in fact, I don't need to do this before, because the thing is, I'm not going to be using this Pidgeotto in the gym. There's no chance of that. Alright. It's basically just going to be the Sandslash show. Oh, this is the perfect scenario. Train Pidgeotto up in the fighting dojo now too. Get a Hitmon. Hey, Miranda, what's up? That's a good idea, too. What's the levels like in the fighting dojo, though? I might be too weak for it. Yay, there we go. I got the perfect scenario where I only had to check 3. Alright. I think it's actually worth it to lead with Carpo. And then switch into Sandslash. Nope. Playing on my DS. TGK Kaze is raiding with a party of 3. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Welcome to my NUZLOCKE. Alright, don't you Sonic Boom. That's what I thought. Electric attacks don't hit me, baby. We're gonna dig. The levels in there range from 31 to 36. Nah, it ain't happening for me. We'll do it a little bit later. Is that double team? Come on. Oh, he quick attacked. And I missed. Oh boy. You were right, Clay Tobin. Come on, hit. Yes. Why was that Pikachu so level on paralyzed? Cool. Oh no. I didn't. Oh no. Have a great stream, man. I just finished about that day. Well, have a good night's sleep, my guy. Oh boy. This is going to be very annoying. Oh my god. You double T. If I hit it once, it's dead. That's the thing. I'm actually going to run out of digs. That's another big problem. I was warned. What else could I have done? I got paralyzed on turn 1. That was like the big downside. Alright, I won. Against 1 odds. That was not difficult. It could have been bad, honestly, but... What's up? I do have at least 1 ether. You think you have an idea about how we could prevent the dex cut? Everybody supports $1 and the income of Game Freak. I don't know, man. I don't think there's no way around the dex cut. It's happened. It's going to happen. $11 views and 9 likes. Not cool viewers, not cool palette. Nah, we're good, dude. We got 10 likes, 14 viewers. I'm happy with that. I'm not gonna beg for every single life. I'm gonna just beg for a few of them. Just to have like a decent like to stream viewer ratio. That's all I really... There's an item over here, right? Yeah. I don't know what it was, but... There one over here too. Nope. Alright, so we're gonna do... You put an I see the peeping eyes emoji. It's kind of showed up on stream, but it's very tiny. Oh, you know what? First I should do is this. Alright, I have a lot of... Oh, are these trainers? I don't remember this battle here at all. Oh, it's a double battle. Holy shit! Oh! Alright. That's the threat. I'm fucked. What are these guys doing here? I didn't know. How could I know? Please don't die. Oh my gosh, it's so scary. No, no, no. Dig onto you. Water gun onto you. Oh my god. They're evolved and they're level 29. Like, jeez Louise. Bro, I just wanted fly. Oh my god. Is Gara slower than all of these fools? Holy crap, it is. Who's getting dug? Alright. That was scary. Now that Gara's... I'm worried about Gara, whose special defense is very bad. That's what I'm worried about. Gyarados! Alright, this should die. No, wow, it didn't even die. I will do slash, and we'll do water gun. Bro, that was terrifying, though. Whew, Boise. Alright. Let's go, Carpo. Carpo. It's all paying off, folks. This is what investment looks like. At level 20 when my entire team's 25 or higher. It's almost orange in this game. $500 Poké investment. What move did it get? Bite? Yeah. So I have tackle and bite. Oh, it's bite. Alright, this is what I came here for. So first of all, can I use this yet? Does anybody know? I have no idea. Is Surge who gatekeeps fly? I forget. We will get rid of... Was that tackle? Yeah, tackle. It's the worst move I have. Excellent. We're out. We're going back over here. Alright. So before I do any of Erica's gym at all, I want to catch all the Pokemon I can catch. So I have a few RNGs to get done. No, we're not even going to do the tower yet. Because we're going to have to go back to Celadon. So we'll do... The way it'll be done is we'll do Rocket Base. Yeah, where are you? Oh, you know what? We have actually a friend to check up on. Fortune thinks Sword and Shield's going to sell bad. I don't think it is. Grown by 14 levels. Was he level 7 when I dropped him in? Wait, isn't he like kind of high level? Hell yeah. Sorry, level on my magic carp. Alright, do we leave Ron in there? Do you guys want me to put Ron back into the daycare? Let him just kind of keep doing his thing? I could put the Meowth in instead. It's up to you. I don't know. What do you guys think? Clay Tobin says Might I'll leave him in. He's not ready for the world. I think there's a chance it'll sell worse than there's a chance it'll sell worse than Sun and Moon. Sun and Moon was like the most pre-ordered game in like Nintendo history, or like one of the is a very high pre-order game, and the install base was better. I don't think it's gonna sell bad. I just think it might sell worse than Sun and Moon. Is what my thought is probably right now. Just because Sun and Moon had only hype and no negative press surrounding it, there's some degree of negative press surrounding it, and the Switch's install base isn't as high as the 3DS install base. Or we could do Mr. D. So what route is this? Route 8. But I don't think it'll sell any worse than like another particular game or anything like severely bad. I passed it already. Well, where's my shiny? Oh, I didn't check use delay, that's what happened. I was gonna say it should be here. Alright, what do I got? I have either Pidgey or Meowth. Alright, we're catching nothing on Route 8. I have both of those Pokemon currently. I haven't watched any of the story trailers, so I don't like know who Alistair is. Like, I don't want to see any of that shit. No talking about NPCs or anything, except like Leon and the two professors, because they were the first trailer. Alright, what do I got in Route 7? Is it the same shit? Oh. It's gonna be a Pidgey and a Meowth again. My only other hope is that I could do some EV calibrations right now to like I don't know about him because I didn't watch the trailer. So I deleted it because I do not want to talk about who it is. It should be very simple to understand. I've only watched the trailers with the Pokemon in it and the very first trailer. So I don't know any of the NPCs. Even in the trailers with some NPCs, like, once the Pokemon reveals ended, I stopped. Let's see, he's living in Sword and Shield Black Box. Yes. Alright, I could get a Doduo at level 18. That's pretty cool. What else is on this route, though? Wow, Doduo is like the coolest thing on this route, actually. Alright, so we'll go for this. We'll go for the Doduo over here. Alright, cool. Yeah, the only trailer I've watched all the way through was like, it was either the first or just the first and the second. Then I basically didn't watch any trailer all the way through. Like, I haven't watched a lot of the trailers all the way through because I don't know anything about the story. I don't know anything about any evil team. I don't know anything about any of the NPCs or anything like that. So the only NPCs I know are the rival. Yeah, I might dunk into some EV calibrations. It'll be fun. I might do Erica first, though. I don't know. Or I might just do Exploring first. You've been injecting leaks straight into your bloodstream. I'm usually that way. So that's why I'm trying to just do it a little different. Like, my girlfriend's the opposite, where she hates being spoiled. So I would prefer to... I'm just going to try, like, the way she goes about enjoying it. And the only reason I'm even looking at which Pokemon are in the game, like the new revealed Pokemon in the trailers, is because I can't avoid them. It's impossible. I get spoiled in ways that I could never imagine by people who I didn't think cared about Pokemon will share Pokemon memes. Like, it's impossible for me to avoid spoiling new Pokemon that aren't leaked. First try, incoming. No. Down. Very well. Dodo. There's something I can kind of do to prevent that. ORAS didn't really borrow story elements from, You're thinking more, I would think of, the other one. Heart Gold and Soul Silver took a lot from Crystal. ORAS didn't really take very much from Emerald, if you ask me. They kind of invented their own story instead of taking from Emerald. Odayaka, that's calm. What level are you? You're 18 male. Put in your Facebook that you want. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I can't. The responsibility is on me if I do not want spoilers, because I am the one. I cannot force my will onto other people. It is not right to ask people, hey, don't post about this interesting thing on your social media, because I do not want to, but I still want to go on social media. What I would have to do is try and... Basically, I just have to use social media lighter, but even though I'm doing that, it's just like you can't really go on Facebook without seeing a Pokemon meme, like, even from people who I really weren't aware played Pokemon even casually at this point. Get anything that isn't a Gigantamax. Why do you care about Gigantamaxing or not? It's like the same as Mega Evolution. It's like, whether they get a Mega Evolution or a Gigantamax, who gives a shit? I don't even really think they need another form. I'm not even... It's 3 turns. Yeah, but they also, instead of... They can also hold items. And they also... 18 female. But they can also hold items. And then they all have souped up moves instead of megas who don't have souped up moves. And I don't think Gigantamaxing is something that can even exist in the same space as Z moves and megas. By the way, I don't really see how that's possible. Because max moves are very similar to Z moves. Like having a Pokemon that could Gigantamax while holding a Z crystal, running a Z max move, like how does that... They already ran into this problem, actually, where Mega Rayquaza pretty much couldn't Z-move. For pretty much no reason other than, like, a UI reason, right? Like, because they had the Z-move button in the same spot as the Mega Evolve button. So it can't do a Z-move. Like, that was pretty much the reason Rayquaza holding a Z-Crystal didn't do anything. They programmed it that way for that reason. I would rather straight buffs. I would rather straight buffs or actual evolutions than alternate forms like that, but I don't really mind alternate forms and stuff like that. Hey, little guy. I love Spear's little picture. It's such a cute... Like, it's yelling at you. It's like... Meh. Female... Okay, I think I was 1 frame late. I should be catching these, but I'm very lazy. You just saw my Discord message about trees? Feeling many feel. I think it's very profound. I can't believe it's fucking snowed by you, by the way. Hold on. I'm actually worried it's gonna snow here today. Turn off my... No, I don't want to turn off my ad blocker. Fuck you. I'm afraid to ask my Amazon thing what the weather is because I don't want it to tell what city I live in. Because city, I do not live in a city. I live in one. Hold on. Oh, I can just use my phone. Because I live in a town that basically is 3 houses. So I can't really... I would very easily out my location. Calendar. Nope, I don't... What am I doing? There's a weather thing. Alright, it's gonna freezing rain, and then it's gonna snow overnight. Fucking fantastic. I've been cursed. What about Delphox and Chestnut getting the Ash Greninja stuff? That could be cool. I don't like it when starters get unique treatment. A year for us. Oh wait. A year for us is a day to the trees. Spring is morning, summer is daytime, fall is evening, and winter is night. This is wise. The trees know these to be true. You don't like that Ash Greninja exists independently of the other starters? Yeah, I don't like it either. I don't really like it when one starter will get a special treatment over the others. I also don't love that there's no in-game explanation as well, Hefe. Yeah, I agree with that. Also, it's really good. Like, it's really powerful. That mon is insane. Yeah, it's not even multiple Greninjas. There's only one Greninja can do it. Because Ashgren's ability isn't tied to, like, it's just like... Ashgren's ability is almost like it's hacking an ability in. Well, the thing is, you don't have to worry about stats. You have to bottle cap it. Like, you can either basically bottle cap it, or you can, like, because the other stats are perfect, but you have to bottle cap its non-perfect stats. Alright, the next few I'll be catching. You wanted a shiny one? It would have been cool. Does it have a shiny form? I don't know if... Does it have an official shiny form, like, programmed into the game? Looks like it does. Hey, Warbloody, what's up? Oops. I was supposed to hold the A button down. I didn't hold the A button down, so if I missed my seed, I fucked up. AZ's Floette, a Pokemon that will never exist. It wasn't fair that they didn't get anything. I would give Delphox better offensive moves, like... I don't know. I don't really care. Like... Nothing has to be equal. I don't care if all the starters are as good as each other. I don't love super special treatment of Pokemon. Like Ash Greninja got its own form. Like, kind of lame. But like, I didn't mind that Charizard got two megas. I didn't really care about that, for example. Like, I didn't care about that thing, but other things I do think are like just... It's like not even the worst thing, it's just mildly annoying. Alright, I'm not catching that one because I've hit that frame. Well, because I don't trust my own timing there. You're worried about... Why are you worried about Incineroar? Hey, what's up, Santana? You're back from your motherland? What's up, Damo? What does the motherland work? Or did you go back to Ireland temporarily? Or is Britain Ireland's motherland, is what you're saying? There are many things. You came from your own motherland. Understood. I was going to say, I was hoping you're not calling Britain your motherland. The Incineroar was good the moment they gave him Intimidate. This is true. Beast is wise. Female level 23. I guess if you're timid. I'm scared of this thing, actually, if I'm honest. I maybe should go to Joe for this. This thing is very scary. I thought Incineroar got hype with the reboot Hoa movie. Yeah, we're gonna just move over here. You found Moneymaker at the time. Protean Ninja isn't like broken or nothing. It's just very good. Did I get rid of Bubble? I did get rid of Bubble. The thing about Protein and Ash Greninja is by virtue of their existence, they make each other better as well. If I found a shiny outside of RNG, would I use it on my team? Only within the rules of the Nuzlocke. So if it was on a new route, and it was just like a random encounter shiny, I would use it for the Nuzlocke. That's like part of the rules. But I would still catch it and then not use it if it wasn't the first shiny. Okuhe... Is that timid or... That is timid, right? Yeah. Okay, so I was 2 frames early on the right seed. Yeah, it was 2 frames early. That thing is terrifying. Holy moly. Sun and Moon ended nicely, with Burnett being the first pregnant character in the anime. True Greninja Protein is good and very accessible, and that's all. Well, it's just like they make each other better by virtue of, since you can't, like, you can bluff one or the other before you do an attack with one. So you have to, the opponent just has to do some scouting. It just has to do that. Yeah. It's not like a crazy advantage. It's not like a huge advantage, but especially in lead scenarios. Yeah. Mr. Mime is Ash's stepdad. Probably. Burnett was fucking tripping me up because when I was playing Sun and Moon, I had already played through Dream Radar, and I was like, "Is this the same?" And it was just like I was doubting myself. I was like, "Is this right? Is this not right?" Like I couldn't tell, and it was very weird. It was very, very weird for me. Hello, guy. Little 20. This must be the wrong seed. You haven't done much Gen 7 battles, mainly 6 when it comes to 3DS because I was addicted with the Mace on. Gen 7's meta was pretty good. Ash is 10, so I don't really ship him with anyone. He's but a child. I also don't watch the anime. Naga Nadell was annoying during online battles. Well, it was banned, so you played Smogon anyway. You're trying to figure out if you want to RNG or Shiny Badge Quest Fire Red, Leaf Green, or just wait until Sword and Shield for now. Join me in Fire Red and Leaf Green, my guy. You should Plissy and Manny. So does the universe, apparently. Yay, there we go. Alright, I'm over my shiny-less drought, which is nice. Dodo. You ship me in 1,000 subs on Twitch. I hope the universe agrees. Alright, everybody slap me with nicknames. Twin Peaks. I can't do that. I could write two in... No, I couldn't because there's Su, not two. Su Inu Peak. I could write Twin Peak. Like I could do like it'd be like Suinu Peak Piku. I couldn't do the plural though. Demo has the right of way, but I don't know if he wants it. Like there wouldn't be plural, it'd be just go ahead, alright, we'll do it. Akasa Su I Tuin. Where's N? I gotta find N. Twin Piku. Oh, that might be pay. Would this be Piku? Kakiku. Twinu Piku. Twinu Piku. Stupid name. Oh, I got Twinu Piku. Alright, we could teach it a good move right away. This thing learns fly, right? Oh, right. Playing TM case. Bullshit. I keep forgetting about this. Dodrio is actually like a pretty good Pokemon. It already has Peck, but we'll get rid of it. Has Pursuit. We'll get rid of this move. Alright. Alright, we have some party management to do. So Blorb and Twinu Pixu are the same level. I think I'm going to use Twin Peaks just because... What level are... Hold on. What's her team in this game? Like, what level is Erica's team at? Because I'm confident I can do her gym. But I don't know that I'm confident I can beat her. 29 are her ringers. So I'll do her entire gym besides her. Then I'll do Rocket Game Corner. And then I'll go from there. Right? That sounds... I think that sounds like a good idea. I'll put Erica for last. Like, I might... Oh, fuck. My oddish do cut. We gotta give cut to someone else anyway. It was kind of cheating. Gar, it's gotta be you, my dude. Alright. We will get rid of... This is the only option to get rid of. It's crazy how Sandslash's front sprite is just the worst, but its back sprite is super sick. Also, I can't let Gara die. It is my only solace to electric type attacks right now. Is not... So, that's quite concerning, to say the least. We'll move this for fly. You could train her up in the rocket height, and yes, fighting dojo as well. If I can get to a high enough level, that's a true point. And I could also do the tower, the fucking ghost town or whatever. It was good, Bobby. Okay, I should have just pecked. I don't know why I did that. Man, Twin Peaks already proving themselves against this gym. The thing is, I know Dodrio is a better Pokemon. Yeah, we'll put that one last, though. Least favorite shinies? Garchomp? Garchomp's cool. I don't really have any disliked shinies. I don't really dislike very many Pokemon or shinies. Marshadow shiny's pretty bad. The little flame is all it changes, but... Heracross is a cool shiny. I like Garchomp shiny. It's kind of like... It's just like darker, right? And then Mega Garchomp's got a dope-ass shiny, dude. No, it's definitely like a deeper blue. Oh no, it's the other way around? No, it's like a lighter blue. It's just like more pale. It's a lot of boys. Free the guys. Yo, this fucking bird is tearing shit up. Up. Oh, oops. Didn't mean to do that, Demo. Nope, no spoilers. Oh my god, stop! Stop spoiling the game. This is a spoiler-free house. We're discussing no leak spoilers. Damo hasn't been here for a while, so I understand it, but everyone else knows. Everyone else knows the rule already. EV training your Scyther, thank God for Macho Brace, yes. Damo's mistake is completely acceptable. Let's try to learn. Tolaiateku. Try attack! Yay! Oh, that's such a good move. Are you kidding me? Hell yeah! Is this another fucking election spam call? Hello? Who is this? You have the wrong number. Okay. I do not know what language that was. I have no idea what that guy was saying. That didn't even sound like Spanish to me. Isn't it 10% per? Are you fucking kidding me? I got crit. Wow, I'm mad. Very cool. Alright, well, Mr. D. Discuss this fucking... Oh my god, she got a potion? Kidding me? Sorry, buddy. I am voting Yang for my free mandatory welfare. Yo, fuck Andrew Yang. He's an idiot. He makes UBI look so bad. I'll talk politics all day, boy. Oh, I gotta release him. God fucking damn it. Ah, it crit it. And I didn't read. Say what to you? Andrew Yang? I don't like that Yang is going to basically... First of all, he's not going to get elected. First of all, that's very clear. So, however, the thing I don't like about Yang's UBI is... Well, Twin Peaks, I didn't know you that well. You were doing really good, and you got crit, and you're taken from me unfairly. Fuck, that sucks. Alright. I guess you'll come with me for the gym. Okay. So, the thing I don't like about Yang's UBI is that I don't think it's going to be very helpful to people who still have to take welfare out, right? So, you get less welfare the more you're taking out in UBI. So, it's not really going to be adding much if you're already taking a large amount from welfare. You're not going to be able to take it. So, I don't think it's particularly helpful to a lot of those kinds of people. It would have been helpful to someone like me when I was still walking dogs and I wasn't using any welfare and I was getting an extra $1,000 a month. I think that would have been super helpful for me, but for people who had it even worse than me back then, it's not going to be particularly useful, I don't think. It's just like a shitty version of UBI. Also, I don't think having UBI be universal is very helpful either. I understand that there's like a from a marketability standpoint that everyone can get it, even those who don't need it. It's more marketable, but I would rather not have that happen. I would rather it just go directly to people who need the help. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Carpo should be in the front. Actually, I thought Blorb should be in the front, right? Man, I'm actually so fucking pissed I lost that Doduo. Fuck, that sucks. Fucking shit, dude. Are you kidding me? The problem is the logistics of means testing. It's not really a problem of means testing because we can we means test for other ways of people who... Did I really only do that much? Hello? Wow. Hold on. Oh, they fucking leeched me. Are you kidding me? Do like that. Get that shit out of here. Mine thinks that rich people automatically go to hell because they never suffered in life, while poor and middle class people don't. Very interesting. I don't think hell exists, so... They means... I don't know necessarily that you means test for other like, welfare benefits, but, like, I believe Yang has it as an... Oh, fuck, see, I actually don't know 100%, but I don't think he's got... Isn't it an opt-out type of program? Instead of opt-in? He's not going to drop any... It is opt-in, okay, yeah. He's not going to drop any of the programs, but... You're not going to be able to... It's not going to help them as much if they're already on those programs, right? So if you're taking several hundred in food stamps already, and you have to... it's just going to be less helpful for the people that it's supposed to be extremely helpful for. Right? Like, that's a big problem I have with it. Is that they can't take two types... It's basically just like you can't take... Like, if you're taking a lot of welfare already... You can't get the amount of money that you realistically probably need from the Freedom Dividend. In the UK election, one of the top candidates is trying to make taxpayers pay for university fees problem. Is that like 50k per student and tax will skyrocket? Interesting. I was under the impression that uni was already... I thought there was like a program for free uni in Britain already. Is that not true? I don't know how it works in Britain. I know in Germany it's free. My friend lives in Germany. I have no idea how it fucking works in the UK, though. I just don't think it would help to the amount that it... You pay nothing until you're in the higher tax bracket. Oh, interesting. That's not great. I don't think student loans are very good either. I don't really understand why people talk about... I don't know. I think college should be pretty much completely tax funded in America. But even my girlfriend disagrees with me on that. But I don't know how to reconcile with the fact that people are... Well, the thing is, it's not that I... sorry. I obviously think college should be free worldwide if I think it should be free in my country. Or taxpayer funded. I don't know. Some people get triggered when you say the free. Obviously, I'm aware it's not free, but... The point is, I think that it should be gated by wealth as little as possible, right? It's not equal opportunity because it is done by wealth. Jeez, that's a strong move, whatever's going on there. Whatever neutral attack they have is very powerful. Must be a poison attack. Oh, I missed. Cool. Or I was paralyzed. I could actually die here. Alright, good. It's like 600 if it's not a private university, yeah. And I mean, realistically, that is probably unaffordable even for some of the poorest people, but that's significantly better than what's going on in America. So, it's like, whatever. Oh shit, I'm gonna die. Oh, I'm gonna lose my fucking bird. You have to hit, Mr. D. Holy shit, that's scary. It's really cheap, and if you are over 23, it's 100% free, yeah. So yeah, I obviously think it should be funded worldwide, duh. But the reason I'm saying in America is because I can only speak to my country. I have very little knowledge of other countries and how they function. I'd say the country I know the second most about is probably Canada, and I don't even know a lot about Canada. I just know more about, and like, I should know more about Mexico as well, but I know fucking nothing about Mexico. Yeah, even my girlfriend disagrees on that kind of point with me, but that's just like, I don't know. Her dad's a libertarian, though, so there's a lot of beliefs that I have, like, extreme disagreements on with her because of that political philosophy that he has. Oh, yeah, this thing's here, that's right. Okay, we'll do Game Corner next. Oh, yeah, so I agree that Yang's version of UBI is helpful. I just don't think it's as helpful as it could be. And I think a lot of his other points aren't, like, super great. Okay. Oh, and I could go for a Game Corner Mon. Imagine getting paid to $5 to go to uni because you decided to go to work for... Getting paid to go... That's basically America's system right now. For, not America's system, but I think it's basically like, that's almost how the military works, right? Like, you go and you work for the fucking military for 5 to however many years. Please don't kill me. For 5 to however many years. Actually, I should have switched out. This is too scary for me. Fuck, I think I'm gonna switch out. I'm actually too scared. Like, one of my friends, Derek, was like he was in the Marines with my girlfriend's brother, and like, I know my girlfriend's brother wanted to go to Marines just because that's what he wanted to do. Like, he kind of just always wanted to go into the Marines, or military in some degree. But I asked his friend Derek, I was like, why'd you want to join the Marines? Like, why are you in the Marines? And he was just like, so I could go to college for free. And I was like, fuck. Like, that's actually fucked up. That you have to. And so, oh yeah, so I do want taxpayer-funded colleges in America. But I have a hard time reconciling with how to... Because my problem is I don't know... I don't know how to reconcile all the people who have student debt currently. And it's not fair to not have taxpayer-funded colleges just because some people... because a lot of people are drowning in student debt. But I don't know how to just have these people not pay their debts while... Like... I feel like economically that's not very good, right? Like... Oh, I have to touch the poster first. Maybe I'm stupid, right? Maybe I don't actually understand, but like... Is it just a net benefit? Benefit? Is it not just a net... Wow, I'm having a stroke. Is it just a net benefit to cancel the debt and have that industry be fucked? Like, does it work that way? Like, I don't actually know fully, personally. So I don't want to speak to it, but like... Well, the veterans benefits should be separate anyway, because that's only applying to veterans. I know it doesn't stack with food stamps, which are a very big deal to me. These Raticates are so fucking scary, dude. Yeah, so how I was saying was, a lot of people have student debt right now. How does that debt get canceled without fucking the economy? Like, because you're basically just... These people they got money loaned to them. And the people who loan the money now will no longer get that back ever. Right? Like, how is that reconcilable in the economy? I do not understand economics to understand how that can be done without fucking... Like, does the government just have to fucking pay over a period of years without interest the money back to those companies or whatever? Like, I don't understand. I literally don't understand how Wall Street was bailed out. Was Wall Street bailed out with quantitative easing? But the government just can't tell. See, I don't understand. Okay, it was separate, yeah. Listen, if there's a way to do it, I, of course, want it to be done. I'm just worried about it, that's all. Because I want taxpayer-funded colleges, but I don't want taxpayer-funded colleges happening, and then all these people are still paying student loans. It's fucked up, you know. Because I do believe it should be applied retroactively to some degree. My problem is I don't know a lot about economics. I'm not very well educated economically. Yeah, that's true. A lot of student debt is helped out by the government already. You're an econ major? Yeah. I went to school for baking, so I'm not very good at economy stuff. This motherfucker just toxic me? Economics is everything but you're biased. Well, I think that you can have how do I say? Oh, this is actually scary for me. So, because this Pidgeotto has to fucking solo carry me through that gym. So I think that you can have reasonable opinions on what to do politically without understanding the nuances of how things would operate economically. Does that make sense? And there are things I do understand economically. What is this? This is wing attack? I don't even know if it's worth having wing attack when I have fly. I guess I'll get rid of this one just because that's gust, right? There's no reason not to have gust and fly instead of wing attack and fly. I just think having an economic argument that supports is always beneficial. Yeah, I agree. Please don't die. Maybe okay. I definitely agree with that statement. And I understand certain economic arguments. Like I know enough about economics to discuss, like, immigration and stuff when people bring that kind of thing up. Like, when people talk to me about, like I have a friend who basically paid no attention to politics. And then he became a, I'm not even going to talk about this because I don't want anyone to, they went into a specific field, and now they became extremely right-wing and, like, anti-immigration and stuff. And I'm just like, hey, what are you? And I'm just like, okay, listen, like, the immigration happening is good because... like, the illegal immigration wouldn't be happening if it wasn't for the demand economically of those people to be here, right? Like, these people are here because the economy demands it, but we have some artificial fucking stop on who can come into the country and when. Do I have an electric? I don't even think I really do. I think this is just shock. It's not even really... I could teach it Thunderbolt, but I don't want to use the TM. And I'm just like, these people... Okay. And then, you know, the thing about wing attack, too, is that's going to be nice for situations like this where I don't want to spend 2 turns. Just go to War Turtle for this, I think. We sell securities that pay those countries interest so we never miss... Interesting. And we get the cash... I hate that my fucking boss texts me off hours about my job. I wish I could fucking sue him. I'm an hourly worker. Like, stops texting me when I'm not working. Like, I shouldn't even have to read anything about my job when I'm off hours because I'm hourly and I'm not salary. Like, the fact that my eyeballs had to skim a 2-second long text, like, I should have gotten fucking 1 second of pay for that. It makes me very angry. Okay. Sorry, that was a little side tangent that had nothing to do with the politics. Okay. The politics behind things. Okay, interesting. Well, as long as there's a way to do it, then of course I'm for it. And I assumed there was a way to do it. I just didn't know how to, like, put into words what I thought we needed or, like, how it would be done. Like, if someone was like for me, for a defense, right? Like, someone comes up to me and it was just like, no, you can't. I need to go this way. Like, if someone comes up to me and was just like, well, how are we gonna do, like, how to, like. I could tell people that ideologically I think that we should have a fucking taxpayer-funded college system fully, like, all the way through adult education or whatever. But I couldn't explain to people, and then if they countered with a point to me, like, okay, well, what are you going to do about all these people? Like, I could say, like, I know there's a solution for it, but, like, I don't know what the solution is. It just doesn't sound very good. you know? So that's why I don't engage too heavily, because I don't have super hard opinions on some things. I like Bernie and Warren. They're my two, the people I support. I don't know. Warren's a little bit soft on some things for me, so I like Bernie. But I like her a lot as well. I'm very anti-Biden. I am surprised she is able to be as popular as she is, because so I actually didn't think Warren could get this far in the primary if you had asked me a while ago, because I thought her fucking Native American thing she did with Trump, like, I thought that was like career suicide in terms of because it was just like such an embarrassing thing, like everything she did in the whole way she acted about it. I thought it was all very embarrassing, and I didn't think that you could win the public after doing something kind of that, like not everyone is like purely policy driven, you know, and it just seemed like such a bad move to me that I was very surprised about that kind of thing, that she was able to kind of come back from it and be as popular as she is currently. I also wanted the bird. He wins, we lose. Yeah, I think so, pretty much too. But aside from Biden being like, I just like don't even think he's like a good, like, I don't know, man. He's like, it's not even like Hillary or whatever, where it was like he's fucking like, I don't know. I could say lots of good things about Hillary Clinton if I had to, in regards to like her intelligence, in regards to like, I think she's like quick-witted and like she's able to respond to things pretty quickly. Like, I don't think those things about Biden. I don't have many positive thoughts about Joe Biden, like compared to what I did. But like, I think they're very similar candidates in a lot of ways. I have Macho Brace and Pokerus should get 8 speedies from Golbat. Yes, you would. Biden just sucks. He's mega boring. He's got no vision. Yeah, I pretty much think the same thing. I think he's very boring. I think he's kind of slow. I don't think he's very charismatic. I like charismatic speakers, like people who kind of have a lot of like, I don't know. It's fucking very emotional or whatever you want to say, but like I think being a good speaker is very important to winning an election, and I think that he is a candidate who doesn't have those things. Trump is not. He is not a. I do not like him. I don't even think he's fucking like. And I feel bad for that. The fact that he kind of even has tricked as many people as he has into like his dumb fucking populism. I don't know. I think a part of the thing that's going to help is that Bernie and Warren are both very populist candidates. And so I think that they have a crossover with Trump in that regard. And that the matters that they speak on, like, Trump pretends to speak for the workers in the lower class, even though he doesn't actually do so. And I think Bernie and Warren both actually do speak for the working class to a much more real degree. People are very fickle with issues these days. One day we're deterring Hong Kong, street in the net, like care about money for trees. Well, online activism and those kinds of things are very different than actual issues or whatever you want to say. And like, I do think that the team... and I think people are too dismissive of online activism, for the record. Like, a lot of people like to shit on online activism, but to be fair, individualism can only go so far, right? Like people always shit on, like, people for just, like, saying that we need to do things online, but it's like... And I do think that in your life, you should live up to your ideals, despite, like, my girlfriend and I don't use plastic bags, and we don't use, like, we try to live by, like, the environment as much as we can. I actually have no idea how that works, Ansar. I cannot help you in that regard. But, like, we try to live by, like, the message that we want to support. However, like, obviously, I still use fossil fuels. I drive a fucking car to work. I use electricity. But there's no opportunity. I have no ability to not use that. You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean I'm bad. I'm just living up to the only amount of potential that I can live up to, you know? We'll go for this item. It's very hard. Yeah. So I think you only have to be as ethical of a consumer as you are capable of, you know? Consumer. I hope I said consumer. Like, I think you have to be only as ethical as you're capable of. It's like 10 t-shirts, jumpers, and shit. Okay, I actually don't like that. I actually have a big problem with buying... Well, okay, I don't know. I don't have a big problem with it, but I prefer directly donating money over like buying a t-shirt that also donates money. Does that make sense? And there is, to some degree, like, wearing the shirt about the fucking issue does spread the message more, especially when you actually leave your house to do things or whatever you want to say. I do agree that that's like a thing. But like, I would rather just the money be donated directly to the cause. Yeah, that's a big problem I have with it, is that a lot of t-shirts and stuff, like clothing is its own issue within our society right now, where clothing is typically, like, made in sweatshops by fucking slave wages and stuff right now. I don't think it's the worst thing ever, but I do agree that it's like, it's basically like not really. Healthcare automation, wage growth, and education. Yeah, I pretty much agree with all three of those. I don't really disagree with any of those things you've said in terms of those being like the biggest problems with the US right now. Where's this go? I don't remember this dungeon at all. You know why I don't remember this dungeon? Is because I don't play Fire Red and Leaf Green very much, and I fucking skip this dungeon every single time in Red and Blue because I just use the trick. Healthcare is such a big issue in America. Oh yes, so as I was saying, I was talking about this a little bit ago. Oh wait, no, I think I finished my point on this actually. Never mind. Oh, I'm so afraid of getting exploded. Housing is a close number 4. Healthcare is like the biggest problem, and healthcare is the only problem that affects me right now as well. Landlord culture. Can you explain by what you mean by landlord culture? Can you expand on that? Because I have my only the only things I hear about landlords are from very far left people, like listen, trust me. And there are many, and the thing is, you know, everyone talks about fucking socialized or free healthcare, however you fucking want to say, as if it's always the same. Like, Canada and the UK's national health care systems are completely fucking different from each other. You know what I mean? Like, and it's still healthcare on a national scale, paid by mostly the government, but it just functions differently. And it's like, and then people act like the U.S. quality of care is superior. It's like, the U.S. quality of care isn't superior. And then also, is the quality of care superior if you cannot cover everybody, right? Like, people say, like, quality is different than quantity, but, like, is it? Like, is it, though? Like, if you can't cover everyone in your goddamn country, is the quality good if you're not covering every person who needs it, you know? Like, I actually don't think it is. Where's the fucking elevator? But yeah, I hear a lot of bad shit about landlords and stuff, but the thing is, I don't have a lot of experience in it, and then the only, I do know about, like, how bad rent can get in terms of, like, bottlenecking by landlords and stuff like that, but I don't know, I'm not extremely educated in it. Rent-seeking behavior. Homes aren't affordable in economically viable areas because landlords buy them up and rent them. Okay, I see what you're saying. Going to the deepest basement floor, right? Demo, I'm not joking you. People will unironically believe that the UK's healthcare system... They also believe that the UK is, like, significantly less free than America. Like, this isn't a joke. They believe it's, like, there are people who, like... There are people I've spoke to who basically believe that the UK doesn't have, like, freedom of speech to, like, an okay degree. And I do understand that there is more restricted speech in the UK than there is in the US. I actually do know that's true, but I don't really think it's, like, to a very large margin. It's very, very, very frustrating to talk to Americans about a lot of things. It is more restricted than what's going up within what is in America. I agree, and I know this. Interesting. Yeah, I actually have had problems with this since my dad was... sorry, how do I say this? Since I was a kid, I've had sort of arguments like this, Demo. Or not Demo, Hefe. My dad always complains about... This isn't really what you're specifically talking about, Hefe, because you're talking about, like, low-income housing affecting the property value of, like, wealthier areas or whatever the fuck. But my dad would always complain about, like, people in his neighborhood, like, keeping their houses shitty, and that, like having bad yards or not upkeeping their property, and it's lowering the property value. And I'm just like, you really just shouldn't care about anything other than yourself, like, in terms of... Fuck, Arbok. Spooky. I think anyone who is not pro-EU is very uninformed economically. I don't know why. Tell me, Damo. Or, Hefe. We're gonna have a big Blastoise now. I think some cities have stuff like that, Darkanify, but it's like a city-by-city basis. It's not a national thing. This is actually another problem I have with people who want, like, more states' rights. I hate states' right people. Because people, like, when people talk about states' rights, it's just like, all they talk about, basically, is the states' rights to restrict people's rights in other regards. Oh, there's a trainer here. No, that's what I'm saying. But like my point is always like that's like a you really yeah, like I don't care. Like I don't care that his property value could go down because of that type of thing. Here's the thing about Brexit, though. I think the EU is going to get fed up with this shit already soon enough in terms of how long it's been put off. God fucking damn it, poisoning me. Interesting, Hefe. Does that come at the cost environmentally, though? Yeah, thinking of homes as investment is, like, very, very bad. Oh, I battled this guy already. Trail that, buddy. You're fine. Interesting. I remember who was telling my girlfriend something like this. Oh, my girlfriend bought a new car recently because her car was very shitty. Well, okay, actually, her car wasn't bad. Let me be very clear. Her car was okay, but there was a very large problem with it. It's a Suzuki, and I don't know a lot about cars, but Suzukis don't fucking exist in America. So all her car repairs were like $600 for like tiny things. Like, if you guys know what an O2 sensor is in a car. What's up? I'll chill on the couch, Giovanni. An O2 sensor is something that's like normally like very cheap, but it was literally like a $30 part, but because of it was a Suzuki O2 sensor, it was literally like $300 part. So that's quite a big deal. So she gets a new car because of this, while she already has a student loan going on, which sucks ass, and there's no real public transit where we are. Again, we live in the suburbs, so there's just no public transit. So she buys a new car so she can stop being afraid that like the next car bill is going to be like several $1,000s, right? She had to buy a new car because of it. It just wasn't like, it wasn't an option. Like, there would have been something wrong that would have been too like very expensive, right? And then like people at her job start telling her like that's not a good investment, and she's just like, do you know why it's a good investment? So, like, first of all, it's not an investment because I need it to fucking... Like, it's an investment in the sense that, like, I need it to live, bro. You know what I mean? She's like, it's an investment in the sense that it lets me get to work and make money. Like, that's in the sense that it's an investment. It's just so ridiculous the way people act. They're just like, well, you could just wait until... It's like, cars aren't a fucking investment in a traditional sense. They're an investment in that they let you get a job. They let you have fucking freedom. Yeah, it's fucking nonsense. Like, I don't want to tell where we live, but like taking a bus to where she... Like, her commute right now is basically like 20-ish minutes, maybe a little bit more. And it's only on back roads. Like, she drives down one road for 20 minutes, and it's a back road, basically. Right? Compared to taking a bus, would have been, like, walking all the way... Like, it would have been, like, a 20-minute walk to a bus stop, basically. And then taking a bus for probably, like, 40 minutes to get to her job. Like, awful. And it's not like you're not paying for a bus, even though it is significantly cheaper. Alright, I have to pee really quick. You can tell I had a lot of coffee because I'm, like, ranting like this. I'm gonna play an ad and pee. I'm actually also going to save because it's been a while. Whereas here we have business district and housing district to control traffic flow and property values. Interesting. Yes, we do not support infrastructure in our fucking country. I would say at all, basically. All right. I'm actually still kind of beat up about this fucking duo. Also, I think I have a rare candy. I might use that on my bird. Yeah, I knew I got one in that place. There's no reason to use a rare candy on this Pidgey, though. To make Erica easier, because I have these two fucking charity cases to work with. Yeah, my brother's house was $400,000 and it was built in like the 40s. Yeah, and they had to do a lot of work on their house. We'll do Pidgey versus Pidgey. They had to do like a lot of work on their house. Like I helped him do like pretty much like, oh my god, I got crit. Whew, yikes. I have Water Pulse. I haven't taught it to anyone yet. I was thinking about, because I knew I didn't want to teach it to my... Well, here's the thing about Water Pulse, is that the reason I haven't been teaching it to anyone yet is because I'm going to get Surf soon. And I didn't want... I'd prefer to not just waste the TM. Like, I think before I even do Erica, I'm going to go to Fuchsia and handle some Safari Zone stuff. Oh, am I going to get a fucking electric move? Sick, bro! Oh, we were going to tackle because it's useless on you. Singing police officer? What do you mean by singing police officers? Oh man, this is actually spooky. I think my best bet for this is Joe, just because he's such a high level. I don't want to have to deal with this attack. Dang it. Oh, I forgot I need Mr. D for that guy. No, he poisoned me. Oh, he tried to, but he missed. Okay, good. Fly. Be faster, Mr. D. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was like a little bit of a trend with like them doing that on like Snapchat and stuff, but it's just like... I don't know. I try not to talk about my serious opinions on police too much. Because my girlfriend's dad was a police officer for a long time, so I don't really... It's just like an emotionally sensitive subject in my household, I would say. So I kind of keep the things that I have to say very restrained. And generalizing in general is bad anyway, so it's not a great idea. But yeah, I don't tend to talk about it very much. Although, because of what I just said now, you can glean a very general thoughts of what I think, probably. Because I'm being so careful with my words. I know for a fact firefighters in America definitely have CPR training and stuff. Most firefighters in America are like volunteer though, I think. I don't know if most, but like in New York, for example, like the only really paid firefighters are in the city. Like our firefighter fucking place around here, they're all volunteers. I think it's much harder to have any issue with paramedics or firefighters because half the time their shit's free and they don't have power, right? They're just helping people. Oh yes, Gyarados and Blasters in the overlay. Yes, I've been lazy about the overlay. Actually, something like this got me super fucking mad. Oh, there's a... I don't think it's too divulgent of where I live or whatever, but... So there's like a bridge kind of close to where I live. Why are you the other way? And it's called the no, I'm gonna tell you the name of the bridge. It's called it used to be called the Tappan Zee Bridge, but it was really old and shitty. Like, I used to get scared when I drove over it, but it was like a super important bridge because it basically connected across the Hudson River, so you could get from one side of the like the side where the city is to the side where the city is, and or vice versa, blah blah blah. So, you know, I need to go buy fucking repels. I'm not dealing with this shit right now. So, it used to be called the Tappan Zee Bridge. But when the new bridges were built, because there's two bridges now, so traffic could go both one way and the other way. When the new bridges were built, despite it being in the same spot as the old bridge, right? Like, it's just they were a few hundred feet from where the old bridge was before they tore it down. They renamed the bridge, right? And to rename the bridge, they renamed the bridge, and they renamed it to like Governor Mario Cuomo Bridge or whatever the fuck it was called, or after his dad or whatever. I can't remember 100% what they named it. But when I was driving down the highway one day, there was signs, and they put like big fucking like metal stickers over all of the Tappan Zee Bridge name to replace it with Governor Mario Cuomo Bridge or whatever. And it was like, are you fucking serious? Did any degree of taxpayer money went to all these people changing all of these fucking sign names? For what purpose? Just so we could name it something different. Like, it literally just would have saved money to keep the old bridge name, and it's less confusing anyway. Because, like, are you kidding me? Oh man, that was like the first time I got... That was like the first time I got really annoyed about public servants spending money. Because there was just no reason to... There was just no logistics reason to change the bridge's name. And good morning, Pogo Guitars, Jake. Bro, I'm still fucking butthurt about that Doduo. Ah, what a beast. Public institutions spending money like that comes back to economics, to not just supply and demand. What are you talking about? Like, are you saying that it was, like, potentially a benefit because there was money put into the system? Or, like, what? I don't... I don't understand that. I don't understand the implication. I think I think sometimes it can be good, but like to me it just seemed like a waste of everybody's time and money. I don't know. Like, all these people basically were doing was driving up and down the highway and changing the bridge name. There was a lot of reasons to be annoyed about this name change to this bridge, by the way. Like, the bridge was named after, like, the Native American tribe that used to live in the area, and it's sort of fucked that, like, we just kind of erased the whole Tepan name out of existence or whatever. The incentive structure is messed up for public institutions. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I do actually... Okay, this I do understand. Yeah, because I've talked a lot about this with my dad. Because you know what the problem is when I get into politics arguments with my dad? I'm mostly discussing federal issues in terms of, like, countrywide issues and stuff, but this is the kind of stuff that he gets really pissed off about, is because he talks a lot about all his local taxes and such, and I'm like Dad, I don't give two shits about your house tax. Like, so yeah, I do understand. I understand what you're talking about there. It's something along the lines of like there's like I don't know, this is kind of like a famous example or whatever you want to say, but like someone goes up to, like, there's a bunch of construction workers digging a fucking hole with shovels, like 6 of them, and it's like, why don't you guys just use a fucking, like, crane or whatever? And the answer is just like, because it makes more jobs. Like, that's why. That's why they don't use the that's why they don't use a fucking, like, thing, so they can make more jobs. And it's like, okay, well, and it's because, like, they need to meet the budget or whatever to make more jobs, etc. So they made a bunch of guys dig holes with a shovel instead of using one guy in a fucking truck. I've had this problem where my dad basically wants to, like, privatize, like, every industry, and I think that shit's crazy. Tears up in Gaelic. Like, I know people who, like, want to, like, privatize, like low-level schooling, like elementary schooling and stuff. What? What about my Gyarados? Oh, orange. Yeah, it is kind of orange. I mean, I think you only need to privatize things when there's, like, clear market failures, right? Like, I think the healthcare system is, like, a pretty clear, like, failing market system. Like, you can't incentivize, like, profit motives don't work for these kinds of industries. Well, okay, our private schooling system is only so bad right now because of, like, continual undermining attempts by people. Like, like, oh, I have an item from that guy. So, like, our public schooling system is only really bad because I have bite, right? Because, like, budget cut, like schools aren't getting enough funding because of undermining attempts from various political parties, who these political parties are funded by people who would like things to be privatized. So it's just like a very, I know that kind of sounds conspiratorial, but it's, like, pretty true. There's, like, a similar problem with, like, it's almost like how the Affordable Care Act or like Obamacare like isn't super. It didn't come out super fucking great, and it's like people are like, oh, it was bad, and like therefore we need to delete it or whatever, and it's like the Affordable Care Act didn't happen very well because the party who did not want it passed intentionally undermined it to be shittier than it should have been. And I don't think it was this. I don't think really the affordable. I wasn't too keen on it as a whole when it was happening in terms of like, I prefer more public than the Affordable Care Act's intent was, but it was a good step in the direction. But like it was undermined and made to be shittier than it was in a lot of ways. I also disagree that, like I think there are certain, like, I don't know. The thing is, I'm very torn on freedoms versus, like, I think freedoms are very important in things like this, but, like, there are also things like, alright, like, so what are your thoughts on this, right? Private schools can exist in America, right? Should we allow private schools to exist as an option, right? For, like, let's say a school system overhaul gets happened, right? Like, do we even legally allow private schools to exist, right? And then also on top of that, like, do we allow fucking... Do we allow private religious schools to exist? Right? Like... Can I fight right now as Voltorb? Hey, Voltorb can fight. Oh, he died. Like, I am very against... Like, private schools, I don't know about. I'm leaning towards I don't like them at all. But, like, private religious schools, like, I'm really against. Because I consider myself, like anti-theist, basically. So, like, they really... Like, private religious schools, like, really bother me. But, at the same time, I kind of understand to, like, allowing people to have choices. No. So, sorry. Freedom of religion is a good thing. When I say private religious schools, I don't mean like, I don't mean like going to school for like church's school or whatever, like on Sunday school or whatever. I don't care about that, right? What I do care about is a school that teaches religious values alongside educational values at the same time. Yeah, like, I don't like them. Yeah, like, I actually, like, they make me very uncomfortable because it, like, conflates real things with religion. And I believe freedom of religion is good. But, like, going from, like, math class, which is very real and tangible and legit, to, like, a religion class where it's taught that religion is, like, real and tangible, I think it really fucks with people's belief systems. So, I don't know. Creationism should not be taught at schools. I think probably most sensible people agree. Yeah, I think the only way to get rid of those types of schools, Fefe, probably right now, while keeping, like, in general, American values or whatever the fuck you want to call them, like, the only way to defeat them is to make the public... It's not even just that. Like, I was going to say, like, socially, you'd have to... The world would have to move in, like, a less religious pathway, I guess. Like, people would just have to stop being as interested in religion as they are. Like, that's the only other way I can think of it as well. Like, part of the reason people want it to happen, or whatever you want to say, is because people are interested in... Like, people think religion is, like, good or whatever. You know what I mean? Guess. I really, like, I don't talk about it that much, but I'm actually, like, very, 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 like, anti-religion. Like, I think it's, like, I think, like, religion in general is, like, pretty much a net negative to society. Like, that's how anti-religion I am, which is, like... but I don't talk about it a lot, because, like, I don't really like to, I don't know, you just sound like a fucking asshole when you talk about it, right? Like... like, do you know what I mean? Like, you just sound like a dickhead. You just, like... I'll talk about it with people who are interested in having that discussion, I guess is the best way to say it. I don't like to go around being... Because I don't like to go around being preachy towards people who already believe in it, because, like, what's the... I don't know. I'm just gonna kill this Marowak. Give me your item. But you don't go to church because your friends are agnostic or whatever. You're Christian, but you don't go to church. Hold on. You don't go to church and most of your friends are agnostic or atheists. Yeah, I mean, I just, like, don't... Like, I think that all the problems that religion solves, internally or externally or whatever, can be solved through, like, methods with, like, concrete footings in the real planet. Better religion school where they teach kids good at least than promoting homosexuality as something normal as transgender BS. Okay, homosexuality and transgender are both fine and normal. Like, what? Like, if you have a problem with homosexuality or transgenderism, like, you know, I have a fucking problem with you. It's gross, yeah. It's gross. Okay, if you think something is gross or not normal or whatever, that doesn't mean you should condemn it personally. Does that make sense? I wouldn't fuck a relative of mine. No, that's a bad example. Like, I don't know. I actually have trouble understanding people who have who are transgender or have those type of, like, thoughts or whatever. Right? I don't understand those people because it's not something I'm going through, right? And so even to me, it can seem who I consider myself like a fairly progressive person or whatever the hell, right? But just because I don't understand what they're going through, like, it doesn't mean, like, and even if it seems weird to me, right? Like, there are things that I don't understand when people say stuff. But, like, just because Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'll comment on what you just said in a second, Hefe. Like, if you don't understand it, right, and you think it's gross, let's say you think that transgender people are gross, right, or it's yucky or whatever, right? Hold on. But wait a sec. I actually don't think there's really a problem with incest. I just didn't want to get into the whole fucking spiel about it or whatever. Okay. So, I just didn't want to fucking talk about it because it's just a pain in the ass to talk about. Okay. So to be clear, if you think transgenderism is gross, that's fine, right? What I have a problem with is if you think transgenderism is gross, right, then you start trying to legislate what people can do about their transgenderism, right? Are you a fucking scientist? Are you a social scientist? Do you understand the vast ramifications of those types of things, right? Like, transgenderism is just some people feel a fucking way, and so they do a thing, right? Transgenderism is like a very, I don't even know if that's the right word for it or whatever, but it's like a very well-studied thing. Like, it's at the end of the day, it's a mental health thing, or like whatever you want to call it, and transitioning is the best way to stop these people from killing themselves. So if you can just accept this and just call them by the gender that they wish to be called by, it's not fucking difficult. Like, it's not hard. It's legit, you know what I mean? And it doesn't affect you in any meaningful way. Hefe, I agree with you to the extent that hormone therapy, how do I say? Basically, if a parent does it without asking a doctor, I agree with you. If a doctor wants to prescribe hormones or whatever the hell, and the doctor believes it to be safe, like, if they're a medical professional, I trust the medical professionals above all, right? So if there's a kid who wants to transition and a doctor wants to give them therapy and hormones, and the doctor is like, this is perfectly safe and won't really have too many difficult long-term effects, then I trust the doctor. You know what I mean? I'm not an expert over a doctor. So if there's a doctor who medically thinks it's safe for this to be happening, all right, then I don't really have a problem with it. The science to me bears out that, like, as young as, like, 3 or 4, like, a child understands, like, gender and to degrees, right? So you say that dudes can say I'm a girl and do sports in a female category. That's like a very different and much more nuanced thing. I don't know what... So, do you want to fucking go into that? We go into that. I don't think sports should be separated by gender. Whoa, look at that. Sports separating by gender or sex is a very, very arbitrary thing, right? You should probably be separating sports by just total performance in general. Like I don't think sex or gender, whatever you want to say, is the best metric to arbitrarily divide who can be what in what sport. Because part of the problem is, like, on average, men and women are, like, the reason it gets divided, I don't even know if that's the reason it got divided that way. Because, like, the reason it got divided by men and women is because just, like very old ass societal norms and shit like that, right? But to me, if the worst man is worse than the best woman, right, in a specific sport, then gender is not the optimal way to be dividing that sport. Football is an example. Why can't football be mixed? Some sports are aggressive, though, so who cares? Do you not know a woman who could beat the shit out of you? Like... You think the biggest problem with gender division in sports is high school. What do you mean? You do know women who could beat the shit. This is my point. Yeah, like... Yeah. Your mom. You Americans are nuts. I think my position on this is in the minority of a lot of Americans. Yeah. So no. I prefer that, though. At the end of the day, Hefe, I prefer that. I would prefer that. And I think it will be like that, where most of the time it will mostly be men in the upper category versus women. And I think you just have to end up making it in divisions in that way. I don't think it's good that I'm in the minority, for the record. I don't know how... I think there has to be... No, I know... I don't... I think women can handle being aggressive fine. Like, I don't think that's a problem. Oh, yeah, I did forget the flute. I thought he gave it to me already, personally. Okay, so... I do understand what you're talking about. However... Like I said, so this is what I'm saying, right? And sorry, if the worst man in that sport is worse than the best female in that sport, gender's probably not the optimal way to divide that sport, right? I don't know what even if you mix it and most males... No, I don't think so. I think you have to come up with... So, first of all, I don't know how you would do it in high school. Like, in schools where there's no money. It's not for money, right? Like, I think in professional sports or, like, stuff like the Olympics or whatever, right? I think you can effectively remove the gender... you can effectively remove the gender division with something else, like, I don't know, fucking androgen levels or some shit like that, right? And I don't know if necessarily every sport, because at the end of the day, sex differences, right? It's not even just sex differences, right? Because, like, part of the thing is, like, okay, I have to really think about how I'm talking about this right now. Okay, so, for example, you have to, so it wouldn't just be, okay, alright, hold on, I'm formulating my thoughts. Okay, so, gender division, right, in sports right now is, like, it's a very soft, like, it's a very easy way to do a biological difference, right? Because on average, men are superior in terms of strength and physical shit, or whatever you want to say, to women, right? On a very high average. But there are other biological advantages that men can have over men and women can have over other women. So that's why it's like, and I think on average, anyone who really trains hard enough or is really into something can achieve those things. And so I think the gender divisions is just like it's almost like a lazy solution to different biological differences, right? So in basketball, an easy example is height, right? Height is considered one of the most important parts of basketball, right? And so we're not dividing men and women's basketball by height, we're not dividing basketball by height categories, right? It's by men and women's. And it's so, I think it would have to be tested or studied on someone who knows a lot more than me about this subject, but I think there are other physical divides you can do for, little guys can be as good at basketball as tall ones. I don't think that's true. I think little guys can be good, and I don't think being tall automatically makes you better, but it's a genetic advantage, right? Yeah, I think pretty much Culimax, that's pretty much to what I mean. And I do think that certain sports, little guy plays a role just like big guy does. But, like, is that always... I don't know. Hold on. Please be faster. Okay. I think, in general, Culimax's statement is pretty much true. I don't think it's 100% true, and it's not going to be true all of the time for the entire time. But I think Culimax's statement is almost entirely true. I think it's all about being passionate and interested in things. And if it turns out that this type of division in this way isn't the way to go, right? Like, the goal should... the goal is more equality of opportunity and less... hold on, fuck. Do I have a way to... What did I... Oh, these are repels. Fuck, I forgot I had repels. God dang it. Like, I think clearly just dividing it by men... Alright, I don't know. Maybe people don't agree with me here. But I think clearly just doing a hardline men and women divisions is, like, not effective. Like, I don't think that's, like, a particularly... I don't think that's the best way to do... to divide up sports tiers. You know what I mean? Like, it's... I think, to me, it's pretty clearly inadequate. And I think, especially with, like, I think with no, and I don't think that's the purpose, right? And I think this matters much more. Hold on. Fuck. Okay, I have to really think about what I'm doing here. And I think, alright, good, you're bulky enough. So yes, here's what I don't want to happen, right? I don't want... Okay, so for me, I do not want the men and women abolishment, like, of... Like, this is how... I don't want this to be abolished in terms of, like... Abolish men and women division as we know it, and then only men to be the winners at sports. Holy shit, a crit. Your idea of both genders being equal when hardly trained is insane. When did I ever say that? What? I didn't say that ever. What I said specifically was that the divide of men and women's as leagues is done because it's like a very lazy way to account for different biological advantages, which I think personally is true. It's not precise enough, is what I think. So what I wouldn't want to happen is that you abolish this men and women divide, right? And then you have no qualifications for doing leagues except for the best of the best, right? And then I don't want it to be 99% men and 1% women, and then no athletic women are in any division except for the like B League or whatever you want to call it, minor leagues or whatever. Like, I don't actually want that to be the case, right? But I also currently do not believe that I don't believe that women's leagues or whatever popped up because of them not being able to compete with men, because I think it was too long ago for like I don't think people were accepting that a woman could be as good as a man in terms of a specific thing, right? Like, and this would probably have to go by like a sport to sport basis, right? I don't think that, and I don't know how you would divide it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how you would divide it, because I don't think there's a chance that in all sports right now, no women could compete in a men's league effectively. I don't think that's possibly the case, right? And I would prefer if that woman is able to, wants to compete with men, she should be able to. And I don't know. I don't have a solution for it, personally. I have to fucking do one of these Snorlaxes now. I would probably rather do this Snorlax right now, just because he's the one with leftovers. Oh, but I don't have an item finder, though. Fuck. Yeah, so, I don't know. I think that they both have leftovers? Are you serious? No, there's 2 leftovers in Fire and Leaf Green? Bro, I thought it was only 1. Yeah, I'm gonna RNG a shiny Snorlax. But I might devolve into some Seed V calculations right now. First of all, I'm very happy with my team. And this guy's an item for me. And I'm gonna put him in the box. What the fuck? I had no idea they both had leftovers. Are you kidding me? Wow. This is actually news to me. Alright, yeah, so I don't know. I don't think that You have to use it with the item finder to get it. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know how you would do it, and I don't actually think that every sport... That's why categories are a thing, so everything is fair equally for both genders. Like I said, there's bound to be the best woman player in a women's league. I can almost guarantee you is better than the worst man in the men's league. It's not a fucking clear divide. And so I think that statement alone, to me, proves that, like, the gender division of sports is probably not the, like, superior best of all time way to do it. And then on top of that, in regards to trans athletes, I do think that's a problem. Because if a person transitions to being a woman from a man, there's going to be inherent biological advantages they will have. But do those biological advantages necessarily translate to advantages to the sport that they're playing in is a big deal as well, right? And when people transition also matters a lot, right? If you have hormone treatments before puberty, and you're a man transitioning to a woman, you're actually not going to have as dense bones as you would a typical man, which is and bone density applies to things like being able to lift specific weights, being able to take injuries better, right? Stuff like that. So it's like when people transition actually does matter, right? Because if you transition after you had puberty and after the hormones affected your bones or whatever the fuck, right? So I don't know. I do think there is probably a more precise way to do it, but I don't know what the fuck it is. Is ultimately what it comes down to for me at this point in time. Yeah. But I don't think it's as clear as... Hold on. I don't think it's as clear as... I don't think it's as clear or easy as, like, just men or women only, right? For me, anyway, I don't think. Alright, we're doing some Seed V. Wait, what am I doing? Hold on. I did 3,500. I don't want to do that, actually. Oh, interesting. He programmed it very well. So we'll do 35. Hold on. How did I do it? I'm just going to do it how I typically did it. 3,500. To 3,550. Or so I went up by 3 frames every time. It's because it's how they're doing it. Hold on, sorry. I have to calculate my shit. See, I don't know. I'm not calling for, like, a fucking instant... like, instant abolishment of the... I like to debate a lot, too, my guy. Obviously, I like to debate, or else I wouldn't be talking about this to you right now. But I also think it helps that since... I don't know, that's... about the newest archaeological finds? No, I haven't. Tell me about that. So yeah, for the... for the record, I don't have a fucking clue what other fucking... I don't have a clue like what other things we could do for like. You'd have to get very granular in your testing. For what are like what you'd be down for in terms of like how to separate sports categories or whatever. And I have no idea how to do that. Actually, it'd be fucking easier just to leave this in Japanese than fucking, right? Than English, because I'm using a Japanese game. Odayaka. Yeah, that's actually... No, that's also very, very true, of course. Yeah, exactly. Well, I think that's another thing, is that a lot of fucking sports probably developed specifically, like, because it was like a, I don't know, maybe this sounds fucking tinfoil hatty or whatever, but like, because men were the only ones playing sports for so long in a professional or competitive setting, like, a lot of the sports that were developed and the rules that were developed catered to things that men were probably slightly better at, biologically speaking. But like, there are things that women are biologically inherently better at. Like, I believe in specific types of distance running, women are typically better because, fuck, I don't know the full super duper reason. I think it's got something to do with like just women in general being better at like endurance stuff. Yeah, bone density and muscle mass is a big one. That's like why powerlifting or lifting heavy things is like a... Yeah. But I don't know. I clearly don't think that, like... I clearly don't think that gender or sex is like the optimal way to be separating who's good at sports. Melee's the best competition of all time. Yeah, I agree. Yep. But I don't have a better fucking solution, so. And I don't have a great solution for trans individuals. That one I personally believe is a social issue, if you were to ask me. Is this the same EV? Same EV. Ooh, a female Eevee. Rare. $38, $31, $30, $43, $31. Fuck, these are all seeds I hit normally. Well, not all of them, but... I do think plenty of women have that competitive drive. And plenty of men don't. But I don't know, that's just like a personal anecdote thing, like how, you know what I mean? Oh god. Like, to me, I believe... Oh, that'd be interesting, I guess. Gone. And it's like, but for me, okay, so like I do wonder, right? Like, how much of women's competitive nature is societal versus how much of it is, or seeming lack of competitive nature? You're 100% that a woman could never ever win anything in a majority of sports. Yeah, I'm not really 100% convinced of that one. Oh, you're not a female, that's why. C64E again. Alright, so this is just a case where my more common... Alright, we'll do 3 more, and then I'll move on to the next one. Obviously, hormones do affect how a person performs, grows, etc. But, like, okay, so for me, like... like, I find that most of the time, like, women tend to be less competitive, but like I feel like this is maybe like a largely societal thing, like in terms of their competitive natures, right? Like, I don't know, maybe that's just me, but like I feel like that's like a very societal thing. Like, they're raised to not be this way typically. Like, society teaches them like to be less aggressive, less this way, right? Like, I don't know. I don't think that's crazy. Like, I feel like you really think about it, it's like the way women end up getting treated. Like, they're told to be less aggressive and this, that, the other way. Women does end up being the best in the sport. I think there's a lot that it would take for women to be the best at a sport, because it's a lot of, again, like a lot of societal pressure on them, not just athletic pressure. Alright, yeah, we're gonna move on from this shit because this is just the same fucking seeds. Because I just hit 74-0. You're moving on. Roll go up by another... Hold on. I I don't know. I think before that can even be accurately assessed or tested, like, a lot of societal boundaries even have to be broken, personally. Woman can beat worse men on the list, like you said yourself, but she can't. I don't know. Why do something if you can never win? I don't think that's fucking true. I don't think that's true. I personally don't think so. Why do something if you can never for fun? Or money? Like, oh yeah, okay, that's calm. That's a very sad fucking outlook tab, by the way. Why do you do anything in your life? Why do you do anything in your life? You're never gonna be a necrophiliac. Do you think you're gonna be the best at anything in your entire life? Like, I seriously doubt it. Oh, this is 41, not 33. Not really meant offensively to you, by the way, but I'm fucking dead ass. Like, I'm never going to be the best at anything I do in my entire life. Are you serious? Like, you know what I mean? I just think it's a sad way to look at life. That statement that you said there, why do something that you can never win? That statement doesn't just apply to sports. The conversation specifically is about sports. Yes, of course. But if you are good enough to be a professional athlete, even if you can never win, you can never be the best in the world at something. Like, it's a job. It's enjoyable. There's a million reasons to do something if you're not the best. Extrapolating, like taking that one thing that you just said. No, you can't. It's not just about sports. Your statement is not just, okay. If you have that philosophy, why is that philosophy only just about sports in that specific instance? Like, and sports aren't just sports, by the way. Like, sports are a competition. They, like, encompass a larger thing than just what sports are, right? Like, sports are games. Like, why play a game if you're not going to be the best? I don't know. It's just, your logic doesn't hold up when you take that statement and you apply it to other fucking, other things. When you have a mentality about one thing, you see if that can be applied to other things of a similar vein. Like, it's just kind of the logical extension of what you said. Life isn't about competition. What the fuck sports is. Okay, there are other competitions than just sports. Right? And it's not just sports, like... Breeding is typically a competition. That's true. We can have the most kids. Okay, so it's not just... Okay. You said specifically, why do something if you can never win? Okay? Something isn't just sports, right? I took that statement and I applied it to other things, right? Are you going to be the best person at your job? Why, like, and then it's like, no, you're not going to be the best at your job, right? If you're not going to be the best at your job, why are you doing it? Okay, because you like money, right? Yes, but what I'm excuse your wording, your poor wording. You meant sports specific. Okay, I understand that you mean you're specifically talking about sports, right? And I'm showing that even though you mean sports specifically, that like it doesn't hold up because there are always other reasons to do things, right? You can take that line and you can apply it to other things. You can apply that statement to other things to show why, despite wanting to be the best at other things that aren't even competitions necessarily, you can apply them. Yeah, it's in Twitch chat, Fleming Hawk. You can apply that concept to other things to explain why people would want to do things even if they have no chance of being the best at something. Do you understand? So you meant only sports, but your statement doesn't hold up because there are always other reasons to do things that aren't sports. Or that aren't be the best at it, I think. If that makes sense, right? Like you're not always trying to be the best. Like no, there are plenty of athletes who, and it's never about one thing, right? No, you think every athlete you think every man who enters the NBA thinks he's going to be the best basketball player of all time. There is a 0% chance that is true, and there's like 100% chance that a lot of NBA players enter the NBA because they know they can make good money out of it. They enjoy playing the sport. And they know that they're not going to be young forever, so they can't do it when they're old. You know? Like, there's a 0% chance every man who enters the NBA thinks that they're going to be the best basketball player of all time, or even wants to be the best basketball player of all time. No, but he sure can be far better than any woman in any league. What you just said is a non sequitur to what we're talking about. We're talking about your statement of why do something if you can never win, right? There are hundreds of basketball players, hundreds of male athletes across all sports who enter these sports competitions and leagues and stuff without the mindset of, I need to win every time. Like, there's many reasons to do something other than winning. Even if they know they can never win, or they think they can never win. And I do not think, I think there are plenty of female players in plenty of sports that are probably better than plenty of male players in plenty of sports. And there's various reasons for that. Whether they have biological advantages as a woman or whatever, you know. So I think there's plenty of reasons. So why do clubs enter tournaments? Because they don't want to win? What are you talking about? I don't think that's true. Have you ever... Okay, alright. Focus with me here. First of all, I agree. It depends on the type of competition. But I don't actually think that's fucking true. Like, okay. Okay, so hear me out. Let's do like a little bit of a hypothetical here. Okay, there's the Olympics, right? Let's remove money from the fucking equation. We're gonna go into the Olympics right now. We're gonna talk about this. You're an American Olympic athlete for fucking track, right? You know your time is 10 seconds under the world record. You're training your hardest, you're doing your bets, years of training, you still are like 10 seconds away from the world record after training for months and years of your lives, and the Olympics are coming up, right? You can know how good your competition is going into the competition. You know the world record holder is going to be there, and while they might not get the world record again at that competition, you know how fucking far away you are from the best person in the world, and yet you're going to go to the Olympics, and you're going to run, and you're going to enter, and you're going to fucking lose. You're not going to get magically better 2 seconds away from the Olympics. people go in and they try. They try and they go in and they do it for the experience, right? Because you gain experience by losing. You gain experience by, not just by losing, but by talking to your competitors, by learning things from your competitors. You go for the experience because a lot of the times something like the Olympics is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, right? Or a several lifetime experience. Like, it's not something you're going to do until you're dead. You know, you can't. It's not possible. It's the same EV? Sorry. 67. Yeah, it's the same EV. Hit the seat again. So that is an example of someone entering the Olympics knowing that they can't be the winner, knowing that they can't be the best in the world. There's also many lesser titles, right? Like, you're the best in the country. I spend money to go to Super Smash Bros. Melee tournaments knowing I'm not gonna fucking win, dude. Like, I go for fun. I go for the thrill of competition, beating some people and not others. I go to learn because I like watching and learning at that game. You go because it's something to do, right? Oh, fuck. I fucked up. So there are plenty of reasons to enter competitions that are not to win. Now, at the end of the day, the winner's mindset, like, you don't know the mindset of a track runner? I don't know. It depends. Like, I did sports, but I never really liked sports enough. But, like, I wanted to win. But, like, at the same time, you think there aren't tennis athletes right now who are, like, really good, who know that they're not going to win? Now, now here's the thing, though. There are mindsets. Fuck League of Legends. Now, for the record, there are people, and now here's the thing is, though, that mindset is what determines the winners versus the losers. in this specific sense, right? So let's take this sense, right? A person who knows going in, right? Like, they're just new to the league and they're not good enough to even make it to the championships, right? The real winning mindset is going back year after year and pushing yourself further. But, like, am I fucking crazy for thinking that there are athletes who, like, are phoning it in? Like, they fucking know. They're just there for either the paycheck or the experience or the enjoyment. Like, I feel like that's not, like, a crazy thing to think or say, right? Like, like, sports is most certainly just a job or a hobby or an experience for specific people. All right, we'll do one more with this settings. Well, you know, here's what I mean, right? If you have the mentality that, like, you go into the thing and you lose and you still have more than not, they're at the bottom. Okay, so they're at the bottom of the top. You can't use emotions. I didn't use emotions. What are you talking about? Okay, so they're at the bottom of the top. They're at the bottom of a professional fucking sports league or competition. And they still worked hard enough to be, like, basically the best in the world. If you're the worst Olympian, you're better than, like, 99% of the population at whatever fucking sport you're doing. You know what I mean? Yeah, the point of the argument is, why do anything if you're not trying to... Yeah, exactly. My point is that there's plenty of reasons to do things other than fucking win. I think I've proven that point pretty concretely. That was the wrong one. It's gone. Seven, right? No. Oh, same seed. Alright. We will go again, up 1. That's what I'm saying, Paletti, yeah. I think there are people who go in willing to lose. I actually do think this is the case. Like, going in while trying your best can still be going in expecting and knowing you're going to lose. Like, again, I know Hefe and I can personally speak to this in the sense that when you go to a Super Smash Bros. Tournament, and you get seeded like the second to worst player or something, or the worst player, you go in playing the best player there, pretty much. And you go in and you know you're going to fucking lose to this person, but that doesn't mean you don't go in literally trying your best, like, using everything you know to try and win. But you kind of know you're going to lose. Like, and I do think that there is something to be said about the mentality that going in, quote, knowing you're going to lose is like a defeatist attitude and means you're never going to win. And I think that in to the extent that it becomes a denial of your own skills, I do think that's a detriment for you, right? But I also think that when you get good enough, you kind of have to accept that your own skills, like, you have to realistically assess your own skill level at things, I think. And I do think that can be very difficult, obviously. Whew. Yeah. Yeah, and so yeah. See, I think both worlds coexist too. I do think there are people that are driven to be the best. But I think it's, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, oops, I thought I was doing Sweet Scent for a second. Believing other people to be superior to you and kind of going in expecting to lose is a bit different than a defeatist mentality, I do think. So that's important, because you don't want it to turn into a defeatist mentality. That's what you don't want. Bye, Ansar. Thanks for sticking around for so long. Yeah, mentality is so important. Mentality is like fucking almost in my brain more than half the battle, depending on what you're doing. Like the physical part of the sport or the activity or whatever is like, it's just like a thing to do. Like, it's just like stuff you get good at and then you, like, for me, the mechanical part of stuff is almost easier than the mental part of stuff. Because I have a very, 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 very difficult time keeping a good mentality for myself. But, like, I can learn to do the physical thing you need to do pretty easily. If that makes sense. Oh, thanks for the 99 euros? Is that euros? Paletti? I appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Just said, it's me, Jesse. What's up? And what's up? Welcome back, Damo. We're into this shit. What am I fucking doing? Oh, yeah, nature. Oku. Biola. Alright, got that one there. European scent. Alright, later, Culomax. Thanks for hanging out. Your potential is highly second motivating yourself to live up to it. I don't know. I don't believe in myself is like the base part of my issues mentality-wise. But how do you fucking use this thing? To click X. Interesting. Oh. I actually hate Future Jake always has a hatred for Past Jake because Future Jake passes off all of their problems to Future Jake. AKA basically living 1 minute from a gas station but being too fucking lazy to get gas on my way home. Oh yeah, it's tomorrow's Jake's problem. I have a real fucking problem with Past Jake. I don't know, dude. I live 1 minute from a gas station, and gas is $2.40 by me right now. Gas is $2.40 where I live right now, and like I come home, and it's like you have 10 miles left. You can't make it to work in the morning, you dumbass. And I'm like, I think I'll get it on my way to work in the morning. That'll be easier. $2.31, nice. For the record, $2.40 is ridiculously cheap by where I live right now. That's insane. It's usually like $2.60 is like a standard price. I'll get groceries on my way home in the morning. Guess what you didn't do? I actually have to go grocery shopping. I don't have to go serious grocery shopping. I just have to get a few things for dinner. And I'm starving because I had a fucking large coffee and that shit makes me hungry. Alright, so after this Seed V attempt, what I'm going to do is check all of the shiny frames that I have potentially hit. That's cheap as balls, Damo. What the what the hell? Per gallon? Or no, but you do per liter. You spell liter totally different than I do. So that doesn't help. I think it's actually more expensive by you then. It's naive. So FDA. Alright, so let's see what my shiny frames are for all my shit. So we're just going to click shiny only. We're going to type in all the seeds I've got. No good shiny frames. C6, C7. Wow, all of these shiny frames suck butt. They're all so far into the game. Is there a bug happening right now? Wow, no, it just sucks. Okay. Moving along. 300C. 5A, 8A. Wow. These are crazy. All of these are worse than my current. Well, I hit C640 already. Wow, all of these are worse in terms of like... But a lot of them are coming in clusters, which is fucking weird too, though. They're all like 5 minutes into the game. I don't feel like doing it. Winning the whole thing. Okay. And then I'm going to try a little bit of something else. We're going to do a few of this one. And this would be... My seed settings have L and R pressed, right? Yes, it does. Okay, that's important. So we'll do this for a few more, see if I can't get anything interesting. I believe in UBI, I'll tell you that. Odayaka. 68, 34, 30, 30, 47, 40. 4884. Do I already hit that seed? No, wow, it literally changed it by 1. That's so funny. That's actually hysterical. I usually hit seed 4A85 sometimes, but holding select during the initial seed process made me hit 4A84. Ha! That's hysterical to me. Smile, totally. $36, $28, $36, $39. Really? 522C has betrayed you. How so? How useful would hidden ability capsules be if they were real? I feel like they should just fucking have full-on editors in the game that you don't have to fucking grind for. I don't know. I don't even understand why hidden abilities are different than regular ability. What's the fucking point? Reprogram how abilities work, idiots. What, that emote? It's BlisyWeeb, dude. I'm a weeb. It's me with little anime eyes or whatever. 73F. That's the one that's variation on my main seed. Something has to be wrong. I can't believe this. Nothing's wrong. It's just unlucky. Wow. I don't know. I think pressure is like pretty fitting for legendary Pokemon. I actually kind of preferred pressure being on all the legendaries to all the legendaries getting, or not to the legendaries getting reskinned other abilities with just different names for no reason, and like a fake attempt to make it unique. Also, the legendaries pretty much had pressure because they're Pokemon without abilities, so they kind of got like generic ass abilities. So all the legends kind of got stuck with the same ones. Like a legendary doesn't have to be unique or whatever. I just did the same one. Alright, we'll do 2 more attempts. Sounds like a good idea, Hefe, if you ask me. I see nothing wrong with this idea. Whoa, whoa, hey now, whoa. Okay. Alright, and one more. It'd be like Nidoqueen. Delta are making action replays. What does multi-scale do, and is it good on Lugia? Oh my god. Yeah, multi-scale fucking... Doesn't it like halve the damage if you're at full HP of any attack that you get hit by? It's like a ridiculous ability. But it's the same ability Lunala has, but Lunala's is called Shadow Shield. It's like, why is Lunala's called Shadow Shield? Breath of the Wild? No. Not me, but I watched my girlfriend play through literally all of it. Like, she pretty much didn't play it without me sitting there watching her play it. Now, here's another fun thing I want to do. Just for shits and giggles, what I want to do is go into Pokefinder and see if I can find any, like, really ridiculously good, like, kind of early frames. So let's see here. Alright, now we're going to lower the parameters here. forward. Let's see. You can get close to some really good ones, but... Five, 9, 6E. There, better. All right. Well, that was fun. I found no new good shiny frames. Ugh. And that's all I'll say. That's it for now for my stream. I hope you guys had a good time, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.